Hello, hello. Good morning. Welcome to another ES Futures trading stream. Today is Monday, June 3rd. It is 9:29 Eastern Time in the US. The market is just seconds away from the opening. We have inventory that is 100% long and coming from from a really virulent short covering closing the last day of May. The emotions are high today. We have a gap. Nothing can go wrong. The market has re-entered this range. We have a range here, from here all the way to here. All right, and we had below that, we have this one. That was one. And another one. Maybe we can call this one another one, right? But I was following these two. Especially this day, the distributions here of the entering here, potential targeting this other side. That's what the market has done. Re-entering this range targets this opposite side here. Okay, there is no interest here in following. There's no interest in following the direction of the overnight. This can be a counteraction. Notice where the high is. Right at the high, the overnight. The low is right at POC. And the market has momentum here. The market is trying to close this gap. It's not having it though. It doesn't have it here. There's not much interest in selling here. At least as of 9:31. It's only 1 minute. Notice how it gets to the low and stays there. There's some absorption. There was some absorption that I have noticed here in the overnight session of Friday. The main reference today, the main thing I have today is the gap. I'm talking about markets. Just check to close the week, the past week. I consider Nasdaq being the weakest index, right? Because it was bought exactly from 50 moving average, same as the EES, right? Those both markets. The one that has better odds, though some rebalancing, maybe upside continuation, is the Dow, because it was sold from the 100, quite the opposite, than the ES and Nasdaq. But inventory is very short there. My bad. It's very, very long, All these markets have inventory super long from the short covering that happened at the end of the day on Friday. Notice how this is trying to close the gap. The ES is trying here, but I don't see. You have a significant volume, high volume at the opening. Notice how Friday, for example, was, at least slightly higher, and most of the volume come at closing, after close, in the run off period here. And I was in the end of the month, right? It was the end of the month as well. I have noticed here the aftermarket hours, tremendous absorption that happened way at the high. I hope you have done your homework. This is good volume here coming here. Now it's to the upside one. But what happened, even if there is this pressure to the upside, what happens if it doesn't happen, if the market doesn't go high? That will be forced to liquidate, right? I haven't seen this kind of volume in a market, this fast. Just 6 minutes into today, this fast, 13,000 is quite a bit of volume here. And the gap is still here. The gap remains. Let's check what how the Dow is doing. It's coming back inside inside the spike. Russell breaking, Dow breaking. Well, breaking is it's just a word, okay? Because it's way up relative to Friday. We are higher than Friday. This is a day to the upside. What do you do on a day that is to the upside? Ask yourself this question. By the way, okay, from this day, this highest exponential, he has 8 wide, 8 wide here. Just check this out. How many times the market was sold from this level? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus Friday. Now, only today, as we speak, there is some short covering here. Let's start rebalancing of this day. This level was taken by one tick here. Let's check the VIX. The VIX must be 12 now. 13. What about the bond market? More market keys. But bond markets is going higher, but it doesn't look good, man. It looks really bad there. Wow, this is tremendous amount of. Look at this, just huge volume here, brother. Huge volume here. There's a lot of. I think there's a lot of buying. There's a lot of absorption that's going on here. I don't know. The potential, the next thing for this market, for this movement, okay, for this movement, is this upper side, right? The ultimate destination is this all-time high, but before going over here, the market needs to take care, need to get this high out. Okay. The nuance is this all-time high that was made in the overnight. But I believe, personally, I believe the market just has just got too low, too fast here on Friday. Let me mark this level. If there is something to the downside, I want to mark this level here. Okay, I will check this level for. Let's play with some colors. Ah, doesn't look good. What about you? Maybe. Alright, this looks a little bit different here. What about you? Ah, do you? No, no, it's not. What's, okay, which one was the one? You? Okay, I think that's good. And why this? Because it's the low of this range, okay? It's unbelievable the amount of volume this market has. Only 12 minutes into the opening. This is huge, my friends. This is huge here. What can happen here after that huge short cover? I think maybe some rebalancing here at the high, some rotation. Can't happen. No. PMI is out. Boy, this is a amazing amount of volume that we have here. Remember this level here for future. For future references. This is just outstanding, man. And there's no blocks, no nothing here. This is just pure momentum, pure. I think this is very short-term trading here. Boy, this is huge. I never seen. I don't remember seeing something like this. Truly, I truly don't. You know, this huge amount of volume here. Nasdaq also has something similar, but Nasdaq is a different market, okay, to begin with. I don't trade Nasdaq the same way as I trade ES. But just check this out. This is what Nasdaq has. You know, this market was bought here, come back to half back, and was bought exactly from half back. But the difference, this is huge volume here. I'm not saying this market is going higher. That's just an observation, okay? The main thing here, the main relevant piece of information here, is we have a gap. Okay, we have a gap. There's tremendous amount of volume here. This can be ups. If this is absorption, for example, there's potential to the upside. Okay, it seems, at least that's what I saw here in Nasdaq. When the market came back here, the market was just pushing lower, but to no success, or to no avail here. Or, you know, traders were not having it. They were not being rewarded here. But, you know, we have only 18 minutes into the fields. Now we have significant volume here. Okay, we still have 10 more minutes. If this continues, okay, a little bit more than 10 minutes. So if this continues, we may have something like, this is hard, something like this today. So volume is higher. We have volume higher. Relative to Friday, okay? If this is C, the market should end maybe end like here around 4 millions, which is good, or at least it's not bad. Nasdaq again coming from this to this level from they come back here and push and make another push to the upside here, right? Now it's coming back to check that one. So all these longs, the market's getting long here. Can you see? It's still buying here. It's getting where now this is the second time. Actually, it could be more. I wasn't paying too much attention to this. I was watching this. But this is getting long, buying exactly from this level. Okay. So I won't be surprised if there's some kind of like quick downside movements. Okay. This is very interesting here today. While we are, I'm going to put it here, up here. This is very, very interesting here. I'm going to remove. I don't want this thing here. Very interesting what is going on here. Notice how there's pressure to the upside here, but the market doesn't care. The market just keeps, it don't have upside. Now, the ES is trying to close the gap. This is an attempt to close the gap now. It was bought, the Nasdaq was bought from this area. All these buyers that tried to take this high now are being forced to liquidate. And now there's an attempt now. Nasdaq also is trying to close the gap here. Let's see how far this goes. They're looking at this close, this gap here. All of them, Nasdaq, ES, Russell, Dow, nice selling here. Look at where it stops. A strong market, weak market will not stop here, for example. This isn't a good, that's not a good sign for an upside. Now all of this buying that came here from this area, from this areas here, now are being shake. If there's something to the upside, this is a shake up. Just imagine shaking up the weak hands here. Remember, Nasdaq looks the weakest. There was tremendous. All markets had a tremendous short-coming rally on Friday, and Nasdaq was exactly from the 50s. Friday's low is right in the 50s. It's not a good sign. This is not a good sign for any kind of selling. Okay, it's just telling me who is doing the selling. Right? So, but I would be a buyer here, not from this level. Okay. Notice how when this market goes lower, I don't see volume joining this movement. Right? Now, is this some counteraction to overnight inventory? Ask yourself that question too. Because that can be very misleading here. That is get emotional. Okay, the market now, Friday we have 500 points rally, now we are going to have 600 point break. And you start to hearing stories of, people doing, if you would have invested $2,000 on Friday on this course, you would have made 2 millions, a gain of 10,000%. Stuff like that, but these people don't talk about the traders, about the people that was crushed, There was, you know, killed on Friday, uh, in that short cover ride. That short cover ride that we have on Friday was vicious, man. Because, you know, I was doing a market update to close the week, which I don't do that often. And the short covering happened live. We start, that's the last I up, the last stream previous to this one has that. Now a strong market feels, if there's some serious selling here, it will not stop at the overnight rollback. Okay, it just keeps pushing through that level like hot knife through butter. Oh, what I am doing here is just assessing, trying to identify. In this case, identifying who can be the trades that are behind this movement. All right, but remember, look at the volume on your left. Look at the volume up on the left. This outstanding volume relative to Friday opening. Right now, the gap has been closed. ES closed the gap. Russell closed the gap. There's a tremendous gap. There's gigantic gap in the Dow and also in Nasdaq. Now, as we speak, this level is gaining some relevance now. And remember, when we opened, we were identifying this level as the lowest side of this range. Okay. Now, there's some buying again. A serious selling will not stop here. Just don't. Most of the overnight inventory has been rebalanced. 140, 200, something, but notice the distance, right? This is to the upside. Now, oh my God, look at this. 20, boy, man. Boy, this is what, just check it, take a look at this. 24,000, okay? Let's check some volumes. We have 26 here, alright? Not that much, right? You can see it. You can say, oh, it's the same. Look, 36, 30,000, but it took the market 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 periods to accumulate that volume. This is just impressive. There's some day here that I remember there were some 40s, I think. Here, right? This day, here, just before the long weekend. 40,000 here. But how much time it took to take 40,000? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 periods, right? Almost 4 hours, almost 5 hours for the market to accumulate that amount of volume, double this. And this is only 1 billion, man. So there is something here. There is something here. Okay? There is something here. Something's brewing, something's going on here. What it is the question, right? And you try to figure out what it is. To be honest, that's a waste of time. It's not my intention. It's not my goal to do that. Keeping an eye also in the bond market. This is what I don't like on the bond market. Let me show you. All right. Oh, this is Russell, for example. Russell is back inside this range. The ES has come back. No, the ES has closed the gap. Nasdaq is very close. You know, this level here. I don't know why I have this in reference here. And not very close to close the gap. But the bond market. Ooh, look at this, man. That's huge. Wow. Wait a minute here. That's gigantic. What's that? ISM. Okay. ISM there. Okay. That. Okay, that's too. Keep an eye on that market, keep an eye on the bond market. We have an inside bar in Nasdaq, inside bar. I don't know where this market was before night. It was here. Boy, it was. It's a huge spike in the bond market. That definitely is removing some pressure. Crude oil is falling really bad as well. Crude dollar also falling. Gold is spiking. I mean, having a spike in bond market, and it doesn't make sense having a spike in gold as well. Look at that, man. There's some serious rotation here. Now remember these areas, okay? Now that you can see this area here, this one here too. Oh no, this one no. My bad. That's Nasdaq. Only this upper side. Oh, that's huge. But this is only one period here. Nasdaq is attempting to close that gap. Okay. Can you see the options here going on? You know how the push just happened here. It can. There's not enough pressure here to close this gap here. I think the bond market is going. You know, they're that huge. That spike is huge, man. Huge. Got to be aware of the numbers as well. Now look at what this market. It was, you know, it was really targeting the opposite side of this range here. Kind of like get inside this range, but now it's just, you know, this penetration was rejected here, and it's targeting now this upside. Look at this. This huge short covering rally going on here. This is short covering here. This short covering here. And these are the other markets. Got to be aware also what do we have. When you do the homework, you will check what do we have today. All right? What do we have today? My bad, I didn't want to show that. PMI 945, ISM. And that's an important number here. 10 a.m. After that, some short-term actions. Jolts tomorrow. This could be something. Some bills out too. I have another ISM here. Service indexes. PMI. Okay, this is going to be okay. Oh, ADP too. Wednesday. There's something here. This week has this is a very interesting week. Yeah, we have non-farm payrolls here at the end. It's not, jobless weekly on Thursday, on the day before that. This is, for a contract that doesn't have too much life on it, it's interesting. Now, we have a tale of two markets here. I'll have the Dow, my bad. We have the ES and Nasdaq. Those two markets are different, completely different markets here. Nasdaq has not closed the gap. The ES has. That changes things for the ES. That's a change to the ES. Notice how balanced B period is. Right, the same amount, same amount here, same distance, same range you will have it here. There's nothing here. High, open and high, low, sell. High, previous period high, low, previous period low. Window trader, my brothers. If you have a question, please let me know. It's a very emotional market we are having today. That spike the bond markets are having, that's removing the pressure from the indices. The pressure to the downside is less now. So these indices, these markets are now in the best position now to take this high, to take this clear this nuance we have in the upper side. Let's see if that's possible this week. This is what I have here. weakest index are this one here. Now this one is the one that has better or some upside continuation, maybe some rebalancing here. This is not good, this is not good. Remember to this how long this contract or when this contract, how much life there is in this contract. $6.20, okay? Let's check when 6.20 is. 6.20 is Thursday. We have 2 more weeks. 3 more weeks. According to this, the maturity date is June 28th. That's in almost 3 weeks. This one, 2 more weeks. But the last week there is pretty much nothing. The rollover period, I think we may start seeing some rollover happening now this week. The bulk happens during next week, but some wide movements happen. Usually happen in the next week. 1 week previous to the maturity date, to the week where the maturity. To the week when the contracts mature, has a maturity. Now, Nasdaq has an option to the downside. You have balance. Both are negative now, okay? In different ways. This has re-entered previous day range, which changes things here. Things are different now for this market. Now this is a downside, but the gap still remains here. Now this is getting weaker. This is the second time. The second time this market is bought a sell here. There's tremendous amount of weakness in this market now. Now you can see the Dow is also doing the same. Dow and also is buying exactly from the lows. This is not good. This is not looking good, man. This is not looking good to the upside. So the odds are getting worse for the upside. Or the risk is increasing. I guess not the odds, but the risk is increasing in the upside. This doesn't mean, okay? This doesn't mean that the market cannot go higher. I'm not saying that, right? So what I'm saying is the risk is increasing here. I haven't seen it. What happened in trading is just got very emotional, really fast. How many times have you traded so far? For example, have you been long? Have you been short? How many times? No, this market has rallied. It's going to the moon. Look at the rally that happened. You see these stories, right? People doing millions on rallies like on Friday. I want to be a millionaire too. I'm going to buy this market. Well, today, so the circumstances that surround this day are different, are completely different than Fridays. You know, if you remain patient, if you cannot control your anxiety, right? You have to learn, because that's a habit one has. That there's some human reactions that are triggered by something. If we have the habit to become anxious, or we are an anxious person, it's just logical to to feel anxiety while the market opens, for example. In days like today, um, what can you do is the thing, right? How do you learn that everyone is different? You need to find your strengths, identify your weakness, and work in your strengths. Use your strengths. You have strong. You have skills that are, you're good at. Use those ones. Identify the weakest points as well. And if you want, you can try to strengthen those ones, which is not bad, right? But identify and help us to know where we can fall. What is our weakest side. And instead, before I had this mindset that I don't understand my weakness, right? But then I realized it is better if I use my strengths. Just as simple as that. If I use my strengths, I don't have to work on that already, because I am ready. Know that I am good, or I get better doing these things or those things or that things, right? Instead of doing work on trying to to develop or to diminish my strengths, right? But it is important to identify it. Now, we were talking in the morning. Come on, what can we have? Can this possibly be a day where we may have some rotation here? And that's not unusual, also. Okay, I have these days, these references from this day. This for me is support, or in this case resistance. Right? And now support would be this. What do we have here? Alright, right, 5300, right there. 5359. Oh, this is the 53, by the way. We didn't talk about that today. Those levels are highly watched by traders too. In this case, this will be support. Very narrow range actually. And why I have this? Well, because I saw huge activity there just before the day end on Friday. And I haven't seen those kind of volume, those kind of blocks in a while. There's 6,000 contracts there, in a couple of transactions. Who does that, right? Who can buy or sell? And if I try to identify, it can be many things. I don't know what is. I don't know if there was some selling or buying, but I can just speculate, right? If you have a day like this on Friday, this huge short covering, right? Huge. We were talking during the stream, and down here, I closed my trade way down here. Really kind of like here, bought here and I closed here. But look at that. This is what I missed. And when the market was gaining, He asked the stream developer, I don't think the market is going to close the gap. That's what I think. And when it closed the gap, as soon as it closed the gap, yeah, can the market, it was crazy, right? It was unbelievable how the market can trade all the way up to here because there was left only like 5 minutes. There was less than 5 minutes left in the session. And the market did. There was just unbelievable, right? And what happened, right? That's short covering because this is short. You can see from these days. That's when this information becomes relevant, right? It was lucky because we got only a couple days before. We can remember this thing, what happened. Selling from the same level. Because you can say these lows, or you can say 5300. Very technical, very mechanical reference. And all this short, all this inventory was just, the market worked both ways, The market, there was tremendous whipsaw on Friday. It killed the longs, and then it proceeded to, to annihilate, I don't know what's the word, annihilate, and kill, you know, to obliterate the shorts here. Oh, it was just amazing, incredible to see this action here. And what happened, right? You have short coverage. How do you cover a short? If you're short, how do you cover a short? You buy, right? And trade is piling into the short coverage, right? Piling. The ones who know, right, that, if you can identify this short cover, you can just buy. But at one moment in time, what the loans are going to do, the new loans that are joining the movement, momentum trends that are joining the short cover, what do? You have to take profits. How do you take profits? You sell, right? You sell. And that is what can be here. The selling that's from the momentum traders happening, profit taking, and some absorption going on here. There's some absorption that happened at the highs. Somebody buying there, or maybe not letting the market fall, right? Because what you need here, if you want to see another liquidation, you need long inventory here. No, now this market is strong. The market is going higher. Now we are going to make a new all-time high. The market is going to the moon. The GME is doing GameStop is blah 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 blah. Okay, that doesn't matter. The only thing that matters here, at the end is this. We have 155 contracts here, 500 here, 10,000 here. All this. This is accumulated. This is what matters. The amount of contracts that are negotiated in here. That how many contracts do we have in waiting here or waiting here, or iceberg orders? Whatever. That doesn't matter. There's a lot of spoofing happening here as well. Now, we had something here going on as we speak. Do you remember it? I hope you haven't forgotten. It's only less than 30 minutes have passed. I hope you have not forgotten this. What happened here. This tremendous amount of volume here. Right? It was outstanding here. Now we are having something else developing here. There's some volume here. There's good volume in this market. Now, you know what? I'm going to open another chart here. I am curious. I want to see how much volume. September contract has. What is September? You? Yeah, say you. Okay, we have you here. Uh-oh. My God, has frozen. Oh, okay. Not my charts are frozen. Oh, boy. Okay, right there. That's just matter to give it some time. There's a lot of data that this program has. Oh, I want to see how many contacts you have, brother. 361. There were like 600 contacts. It's just there's nothing here. Just very low. Now look at what it is here, right? I cannot see price here. Come on, brother, really? Really? And these are going to be completely different reference here. The market has already reached 40 or 54. Look at this, right? In a couple of weeks, we will be using these charts. This is all-time high, 5,400. This is another high. This is 528 high. Can you see what happens, right? While we are doing one contract, other traders are working another contract. So there's going to be a bunch of references that are not going to be useful anymore. I'm going to save this. As U24. I will call this 10 instead of doing that. I don't want to mess with these things. All right. So there's not much here right now. Some really nice balance. Rotational day, huh? If you check B hasn't taken a high. It neither has taken the low. We don't have direction here. Intraday. Nasdaq is trading lower. Nasdaq has downside, but look at Nasdaq. The Nasdaq hasn't closed the gap, so it's a day to the upside, right there. Okay. But the ES has re-entered previous trading range. It just dries. So every time it's trying to get some advance, it dries. The low, A and B low, are really bad position there. You know, I don't think, brother, I really don't think that these shorts here, this is just too, it's not that much here. And you have double high here as well. Weak. The market really doesn't need much to make the new highs here. I have made a couple trades. My first, and I traded here. My first trade was the first time when the market. I took a long hill when the market was. I don't remember was bought from here or from here. That was one, and the second was a short here in this market. Okay. when I saw when you had that really nice spike in the bond market, I got something here. As these areas will be taken out. That's a lot of chop there. And I have one for this trade. It was really kind of like one was an anchor trade, and the other was a develop. The anchor I was willing to give it more time to work. My bad. Last time it has to work really fast. Okay, it has to work really fast, and it did. The second one, I was willing to give it some room there. But it was good that it worked fast. But when it works too fast, I become aware of also, okay, this is not good. It's just moving too fast. That can be a reaction. Notice also when the Nasdaq is right at previous all-time high. It's checking, and again this area. Now I'm going to rename this as a gap. Close this. All right. There's huge volume here in this market, but there's good volume. How much? Okay, this is almost wow. This is something like 80%, brother. Let's check whether you. That's Jim Dalton's website. Resources, volume. How much volume? Oh, no, 50% high. That's good, but notice how it's decreasing. Now it's only 30%. We were talking about that this is not a good, that selling that we were having, stopping right here. I guess first stop at POC, and then stop here, and then here. So I believe, I think that if I remember well, and now notice where is starting now. Okay, not stopping, but starting. Also stopping, by the way. It's stopping right here. Previous phrase high. This is, I mean, and we were saying that there's no serious volume. This doesn't look good, right? If there is some weakness here, the market will not just stop at overnight POC. I guess that was what we were talking about, and now that is being confirmed, right? But the thing, right? When you start to see things, you can try. The first thing is just a speculation, right? Speculate is when you have to speculate. We have to do that. The first trade is always speculative. Odd basic, right? Odd basic. The market doesn't work if you decide, if you think you have good opportunities, you have my bad. If you think you have good odds, you see an opportunity, you can take it. But always monitoring the market. But notice how C high is exactly a daily halvback. Also previous period happens to be previous period halvback as well. But it happened after almost 2 periods, 1 hour after the first assessment. Right? After the first assessment. Now, this can be the laggard part of that opportunity. Now the market is going lower. I am convinced the market is lower. I am sure. I am absolutely sure the market is going lower. That's the thinking that is going on here. After we saw this thing, we saw it here, now here. Now I'm completely sure. That's the laggard. It doesn't mean, it cannot go lower. Nasdaq is doing the same. Nasdaq also selling for daily hardback. Copper ticks from daily hardback. That's not good. Well, I guess instead of saying no good, I would say, I would rather say it gives them an idea who is behind, who is the dominant force, what kind of trader is dominating the session today. By doing that, we also can set, I guess set is not the right word. Okay. Well, maybe we are going to use set. We set out of our expectations. Right? We may have some rotations because because the simple fact that short-term traders, very short-term traders, they are not here in this market to hold trades overnight. Most of them are forced by choice or by their broker to close, right, to liquidate their positions at the end of the day. They don't carry trades overnight. Okay, man, I don't. Well, we may see some downside here, maybe a spike to take A and B, but I am not interested, maybe. Especially after, because another thing that I am noticing here right now is it is the same pattern. There's a pattern here now, you know. It's just remember Friday. Do you remember the morning, Friday morning? Do you remember how it trades? They tend to replicate that. No. No, I am not interested in the short. I'm not interested in the long. I may have a bias here. But, not me. Alright, brother. I hope you have a good rest of the day. If you have any questions, please just let me know. Otherwise, I will be calling it a day. And wish you a wonderful rest of the day. Okay. Now, let's see this level here. Okay, this could be what the market is. Where inside this huge, right? Oh, for references, also before I go, just I hope you guys have checked this. I always before I check Jim's weekend update. What I do is I do my own homework. I have my ideas, right? And it is always comforting when you see that other people, maybe when other people, especially people like him, right, have the same point of view. It helps me. It is encouraging. It's just if you start doing that, you start doing homework, and have your own idea, have your own assessment of the market. How do you know, right? There's no way to know how I am good, I am bad. I can be both. I can be right. I can be wrong. It doesn't matter. The thing that I'm more interested is in having you, anybody out there having an idea, right? An idea of what's happening, an idea of the market, an opinion of the market, and then check. I'm gonna use Jim as a benchmark. It is just unbelievable. Each time you can see that that gentleman is just, the older he gets, the more he learns. Well, you can see the advancement he's having, he's doing, how he's learning, how he's improving. I guess that is the word, not learning, but improving by the day. It is just getting better and better. No? I really love his updates. It was a pleasure, really, really, to see his last weekend update. It's very important. That's really interesting here. Let's take a look at that. This period, the one that we are entering now, I become more cautious. Very, very. I trade really. I I don't like, to be honest, to trade. I take really small positions. I may even trade some micros instead of minis now, at least until this um, rollover period ends. Okay, there will be some crazy movements that can happen until this contract expires, and after that, a period of, I would say, quietness, peace comes until we have again all these numbers and then earnings. All the crisis that happens during the earnings. You know the the events that we never can expect that just come out of nowhere. Sometimes it just happens. For example, but when was aware, I was aware of Trump trial, um, but I didn't know, right, about the indictment that President Trump had, and that had an impact in the market. And by doing that, and that thing, that realization comes from watching James Dalton video, James Dalton market update, and you can kind of like see, right, what the market wants. The market wants Donald Trump back. Now that's good for business, right? And an indictment, a verdict that comes that finds him guilty, decreases the odds, right? Decreases the odds that he becomes a president again. And you can see the market was expecting that he was maybe, he expecting them. He keep playing, and with the potential of coming back to the White House. And I think that was priced in the market. I was totally unaware of that. But when he talked about that, I say, boy, that's true, right? Because things were good, in the market when he was president. The traders love him, love him, because you just have these crazy things that he may say or do, and then you have a market, rally, triggering a huge rally, maybe just causing a huge liquidation break, right? The movements that come after that, when you got emotional markets, you have emotional liquidation, the market recovers really fast. And also when you have emotional rise, the break that follows is also, can be just huge as well. I think that is something that the market was pricing into. Oh, I don't have what I was expecting today. Maybe some rebalancing happening here. Now this thing here that happened here through a range. Now we have a gap. We have a gap that has been closed. And now we start monitoring value. What happened to value here? Value is higher. Obviously, it's higher, right? After the day, like Friday. I may have some bias here. No, expecting something. When we say I expect this or I expect that, is because we have a bias. I'm expecting some rotation here. Okay, Nasdaq is close. Is getting closer. Now we have a directional market in Nasdaq as well. You know, the directions to the current action is to the downside. It's positive. It hasn't closed the gap yet. The Dow as well has a significant. No, actually, the Dow has closed the gap. The Dow was the first one to close the gap. The only market that hasn't closed the gap yet is Nasdaq. Okay. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day, rest of the day. Stay safe. See you tomorrow.